number 2. Alright, here we go, game number 2 of the Leaside March matchup. Facing off against North Simcoe Capitals. We recently played them at the end of the season. A couple of good games at the end of the year, regular season. Puck is dropped. We're live over at the Leaside Memorial Gardens. Paris chips it out of the zone. Perry comes after it. Gets a deep in the zone. Chipped up by the Capitals. Jojo gets a piece of it at the blue line and sends it back in. Puck is in the corner. Victoria and Perry working at it. Tied up behind the net here. Puck comes out into the other corner. At the blue line, we keep it in. Now Capitals send a cross ice out of the zone. Is in the corner. Battle going on. Sorry for the bad view here. Out of all the locations, this is the best spot in the house. Zone for you. Puck goes back in the corner. Frug ties up. Rowan Frug gets some help from Brian Morris. Keep that puck away. Now they come out front. Shot fired. Save from Barsanti. Massimiliano clears it out of the zone. Capitals pick it up in the neutral zone, re-enter, send the puck behind the net to Bella Mass. Bella chips off the boards. Capitals keeping it at the blue line. They go D to D. Shot goes wide. Capitals keep it in. Capitals come into the high slot. Can't get a shot. Keep possession though and send it to the corner. Capitals cross ice pass, doesn't connect. Frug chips it up from the corner. Puck comes back around the other way for Bella Mass. Cross ice pass. As he finds it, chips it into the zone. Puck goes into the corner. Carrington follows it up. She gets a piece of it. Comes back to Judd. Judd up for Emma Moore. Moore chips it up into neutral zone. Carrington forces it into the Capital territory. Got a battle at the blue line. Emma Moore moves some bodies, gets the puck in the zone. Capitals pick it up and go behind the net with it. Puck's in the corner. Capitals chip it up. Perry keeps it in. Cation drives the net, but Capitals knock it in. Moore pinches to keep that in. Carrington battles in the corner. Capitals send it around the net now. Up the side, they start to break out with it. Capitals dump it in the zone. Emma Moore sends that around the boards, out of the zone. Carrington gets a piece of it, but the Capitals pick it back up. D to D, off the sidewall into the zone. Judd picks it up for the Wolves, sends that up. Jose in the neutral zone. Capitals find a loose puck. Judd sends it across ice this time. Capitals find it, bring it in. Slap shot goes high, but Barsanti snags it out here. 7:20 to go in the first of a scoreless game. Sudbury versus North Simcoe. Moore sends it back to Rajueze. She chips it up the boards. Capitals keeping it at the blue line. Puck comes out front. Michaela Paris intercepts it, skates out of the zone. She gets the red line, dumps it in, little chip and chase. Gets some help from Couture on the other side. She puts that out front, knocked away by the Capitals. They send it up center, breakaway pass. Shot goes a little high. Barsanti had the angles covered. And Jojo clears it out of the zone. Capitals get it back in the neutral zone. They chip it up center. Morris gets a stick on it. Capitals get it back. Enter the zone. Take it behind the net. After the high slot, pass across, blocked by MC. And she gets it out of the zone. Somehow from Paris. Comes back to Jojo. She gets that out of the zone. Gets back into Leaside territory. North Simcoe territory. Battle in the corner. Capitals send it around. Come to the sidewall. They fire it up center. Says we could have played that. Icing waved off. Puck comes up the side. Cole cross ice to Gation. She plays the bounce. Gets it over the blue line. Shot blocked by the Capitals. Loose puck in the neutral zone, picked up by the Capitals. They chip it up. Jed finds it, gains the red line, dumps it in. Her and Izzy follow it up. Izzy gets a piece of it. Jason gets another, but it's knocked into the zone by the Capitals. They're back on side. Puck comes back to Jed at the red line. She finds Gation, but the Capitals take it back into the zone. 2-on-1. Shot off the blocker of Barsanti. Perry gets the rebound out of the zone. Oh, little trouble at the blue line. Capitals try to enter. Carrington sends her offside. They get back onside. Can't get a shot. They send it behind the net. Capitals with possession. Tied up by Massimiliano. Couture gets the loose puck up the boards. Capitals keep it in at the blue line. Battle out the hash marks into the corner. Now, battle behind the net. Bella Mass and Bella Perry behind the net, tying up. They get the puck out to Palize. She cuts through, fires off the boards, up for Berkeley, just over her reach. Icing called. 4:23 to go in a 0-0 game. Shout out to the North Simcoe fans tuning in. Good luck to you guys in your playoffs against Leaside after this tournament. Puck comes back to the blue line, shot goes wide. Jojo picks it up. In the corner, pressure from the Capitals, keep it there. Puck goes behind the net now. At the hash marks, Capitals send it into the corner. Morris and Moore battle, keeping the puck away from the net. Shot, glove save, Barsanti. Emma Moore looks on, gives it a little head nod after that save. And speak of Emma Moore, shout out to her family in the nice warm state of Texas. Not like us out in Ontario, snow covered. Not as much snow out here in Leaside though. Capitals go D-to-D, slap shot, glove save. Rebound comes loose though. Capitals pick it up. They keep it behind the net. Pressure from the Wolves, keeping them outside. Now the puck comes out front. Shot goes wide. Morris gets the rebound. Fires that up center. Off of North Simcoe, so no icing. Simcoe takes it behind the net. Pressure from Paris, keeps her in the zone. Now Lontang on the other side, forces the puck. Moore gets a piece of it, but that comes out. Gets it back at the blue line. Now Simcoe gets it back in the zone. Lizzie keeps her outside. Drop pass blocked. Glove save. That was a partial block and Barsanti snagged it out of the air. 3:07 in this first period. Goes behind the net. Rowan Freed finds it. Battle in the corner. Sorry, I can't see it either, folks. Just the way it is. Puck comes out front, shot goes wide. Montaigne ties up with the hash marks. It's enough for Massimiliano and Perry. We're going to get a penalty here. For what? Board? Who's getting it? The girl tripped over Bella Perry's stick and she's getting a body checking penalty. Description in his lenses, lady. Anyways, it is what it is. 2.5 minutes to go in the period. Power play for the Capitals. They go D-to-D, get a shot. Barsanti kicks out the pad. Belamass clears rebound away to the blue line, but the Capitals keep that in. They send it to the hash marks. Couture keeping her outside. Puck goes into the corner. Capitals get a piece of it, but Belamass gets it back. Kept it at the blue line by the Capitals. Capitals in the corner, send it back to the blue line. D-to-D, shot fired, off a deflection, maybe off Barsanti anyways, puck comes out into the corner. Behind the net now. Simcoe sends it back to the blue line, they get a shot, Barsanti makes a save and hangs on to that rebound. 1 minute gone from the penalty, minute 41 to go in this first period. Got a couple of Easter eggs up on the scoreboard right now. Puck comes to the blue line. Capitals can't get a handle on it. It comes back into their zone. We have a goal with some pressure. Keeps the puck into the Capital territory. 45 seconds to go in the penalty now. Morris slows them down in the neutral zone, but Capitals re-enter. Joe knocks the puck to the corner. Capitals send it around. Back to the blue line. To the hash marks, they walk in, the shot gets deflected wide. Emma Moore ties up in the corner. Two Capital players on top of her. Morsey pins out on the boards. Puck's still loose. Whistle blows, unfortunately. 15 seconds ago that penalty. .55 seconds to go in the first. Puck comes back to the blue line. Capitals send it in. They get a shot. Top corner. Power play goal. 1-0 Capitals. .48 seconds to go. 9 seconds left in that penalty. Puck's in the corner. Comes out. Jojo sends that around to Ella. Ella ties up, gets some help from Bella. At the blue line, Capitals keep that in. Harris takes it back though at the hash marks. Chips it up in the neutral zone. Puck comes back in. Barsanti puts it in a glove, sends that away. Jojo finds the loose puck, chips up the boards. That's the end of the first period. 1-0 for the Capitals on a power play goal. Second period action. Twelve minutes on the clock. That's offside, but bouncing our zone because we did that. That should have been going down, but no big deal. Puck comes back into Simcoe territory. Leaside keeps that in at the blue line. Simcoe gets it back. Simcoe into the zone. Behind the net. Penalty coming up for hooking on the Wolves. Puck is in our zone, 11 minutes to go in the second. Power play for the Capitals. Excuse me, pucks to the blue line, D to D. Back to defense shot, saved by Barsanti. Perry gets the rebound, chips it off the boards, all the way down. Perry with some pressure, forces the play down low. Gets some help from Palize to keep that in the zone. Palize puts it deep for Perry. She's in a race, she battles for it. Perry in the corner, taking on three players. Then now comes out with it. They enter the zone, pass it to the hash marks. Pass out front, can't get a shot. Loose puck picked up by Jojo. She sends that down. 1 minute gone from the penalty. Capitals strip it up. Regroup in their own zone. 10 minutes left in the second period. Capitals get into the zone. Take it into the corner, pass out front, blocked. Capitals keep it in at the blue line. Shot goes wide. Capitals pick it up in the corner, they walk out front. Barsanti makes a save. 28 seconds to go on the penalty. Got stick stuck in the net. 9:38 to go in the second. 1-0 for the Capitals. So the scoreboard still shows 0-0. Capitals got a power play goal earlier. Back in our zone. Try a backdoor pass, doesn't connect. Capitals get it back in possession, come out to the blue line. To the hash marks, shot, save from Barsanti, rebounds loose, picked up by the Capitals. Penalty's over, Izzy's back in action. Cole tries to get that puck up to her. Capitals keep that in zone. Play continues, pucking in the corner. Allegation finds it at the hash marks. Gets over the red line, into the zone. Get a line change going. Cole with some pressure. Right at the blue, close to the blue line, sends it back in the zone. Capitals send that out. That should be icing. It's waved off. More integration. Now Cole gets it over the blue line. Over the red line, into the zone. She dumps it in. Harris gets it behind the net. She's tied up though. Capitals get it out of the corner, up to the hash marks. Couture sends it back down low. Paris to the blue line. Jed back down low. Couture works out front. And the Morris gets a shot. Glove save. Close call there, 8:01 to go in the second. 1-goal game. Slight delay, they're just getting some ice for the Capitals bench. Puck's behind the net. Paris has a piece of it. Gets it back to Emma Moore. Her shot deflected. Save is made. Rebound comes out. And the Capitals re-enter Sudbury territory. They get a shot by Santi with a big glove save. Cool as a cucumber. 7:42 left in the second. Capitals behind the net with the puck. Come out to the corner, send it to the blue line. Back to the hash marks. She loops around. Perry with some pressure, tying her up. Perry gets the puck back. Chips it up to Paize. Paize tied up, gets some help from Jojo. Loose puck at the hash marks, chipped away, kept in at the blue line. Shot doesn't make it to the net. Goes in the corner. Perry picks it up behind the net. She's got a capital on her. At the hash marks, back and forth battle. Now we get that out of the zone. Capitals get it back in the neutral zone. Send it back in. Food chips up the boards. Paize tries to get that to Perry. Perry gets it out of the zone. Her and Izzy enter. Perry fires a shot. Glove save. 6.5 minutes to go in the second. Get it to the blue line. Walks in, gets a shot. Barsanti makes the save and hangs on to it. Capitals send it to the blue line. To the hash marks. Shot gets deflected behind the net. Capitals pick it back up, send it to the blue line. At the blue line, dump it in. Shot blocked in front. Loose puck picked up by the Capitals. Puck's still loose. Capitals find it with the hash marks. Take it to the corner. Wolves tie up. Capitals come back towards the hash marks. Cole gets a piece of it, and Mass chips up the boards. Capitals get it back into the corner. Mass battles, gets some help from Ventura. She fires that out of the zone. Capitals get it back. We go D to D. Pressure from Cole. Gets a puck into the zone. Capitals send it up center. Shot saved by Barsanti. Chip it up center. Judd finds the puck. Gets that up to Paris. Paris into the zone. Gets it to Judd. She chips that down low. Capitals find it behind the net. Paris ties up. Help from Palizé. Morris for support. The Capitals get a little loose zone. Judd slows him down, and Morsey gets the loose puck. Bounces off the boards. The Capitals find it. Take it behind the net. They get it to the blue line. They send it back down low. Capitals pick it up. She leaves it at the blue line. Shot blocked by Morris. She sends that, tries to get that cross ice, gets it over the blue line. Capitals get back on side. Fire shot, glove save. 4:26 to go in the second. 1-0 for the Capitals. Off the power play goal in the first period. Gets to the blue line. Capitals chip it into the hash marks. Puck comes back to the blue line. Right after the hash marks. Battle near the hash marks. And it goes into the corner. Jojo sends that around for Emma. Emma chips it up to Izzy. Izzy gets that to the blue line. The Capitals send it back in the other way. Jojo up the boards to Cole. Cole chips that up to Perry. She's working at the blue line, but the Capitals keep that in. Now it comes back to Emma. Emma to Izzy. Izzy chips that into the zone. We're going to call icing on that one. And a half step to the red line. Let's see if they're consistent later on. Anyways, 3:48 to go in the second. Comes in the corner. Jojo sends it around the net. Capitals keep that in. Take it behind the net. Send it to the half marks. Shot blocked by Jojo. Puck goes in the corner. So does Bella Perry. Perry, Montang, and Moore battling against 3 Capital players. Capitals get to the blue line. Now Bella Perry intercepts that pass. Has it in the zone with it. Takes it wide in the zone. Shot blocked. Cole keeps it in the zone. Gets some help from Montang. Perry gets a piece of it, but the Capitals get it back. Capitals in the corner. Jojo keeping her there. Jojo knocks the puck away. Sends it up the boards for Carrington. Carrington picks up the loose puck. Gets it back to Jojo. Jojo dumps that in. She could have played it, thankfully. They waved that off, thankfully. Now the puck comes out. That's going to be icing. 2.5 minutes to go in the second. 1-0 for the Capitals. The face-off dot cleared out of the zone by the Capitals. They get the red line and dump it back in. Berkeley gets it behind the net. Gets some help from Frood. Food knocks it up the sidewall. Comes back for Berkeley. Now Fruits turn again. In the other corner, Massimiliano ties up. Finds a loose puck. Sends that cross ice. Out of the zone. Capitals send it back in. Mass gets it off the board to Carrington. Capitals keep that in at the blue line. Battle for the puck behind the net. Massimiliano finds it. Sends it around the boards. Gets that to Gation. Gation chips it over the zone. Berkeley battles at the red line. Puck comes out. Capitals send it across to their D. Cross ice center. In the corner, Food battles. Capitals find it though. Send it to the blue line. And dump that back on low. And get it behind the net. Pass in front. Off the blocker and in. Moore gets the puck out of the zone. Capitals find it in the neutral zone. Get over the blue line. Emma tying her up. Get some help from Morris. Morris takes it behind the net. Cuts up center. Kept in by the Capitals. Pass that across. Can't connect on the pass. Morris intercepts that and heads the other way. Morris puck bounces to the front. Emma Moore tries to keep that in. It just squeaks out. Judd slows it down at the blue line. Keeps her tied up. Gets some help from Montaigne. And that's the end of the second period. Now, some doors. Simcoe. I don't know what the ref is saying. I told both girls to stay on the outside. Comes into the zone. Bellamas sends it across ice to Allegation. Gation over the red line, dumps it in. Perry with some pressure. Puck comes over the blue line into Sudbury territory. Won't make it for an icing. Perry chips it up. Paris gets it out of the zone. Battle at the blue line. Perry sends it back to Bellamas. Bellamas back to Bella Perry, up to Allegation. Allegation over the blue. Drops it to Perry. Perry back to Gation. Gation tries to get that out front. Capitals block that. And Judd gets it back for the Wolves. Judd to Paris. Tries to get that back over. Goes into the corner. Cleared out by the Capitals. Icing waved off. She kicks the puck. Amazing. Alright, Capitals get it back in neutral zone. Come into the zone, get a shot. Barsanti to save. Rebound is loose. Capitals send it to the blue line. They get a shot. Barsanti, glove save. 13:33 to go in regulation time. 2-0 for the Capitals. Wolves get a line change in at the last second. Bellamas fires out around the boards. Capitals keep it in. Caleb Cole battles. Getting some help. Get that over to the blue. They go to the red, but Capitals get it back. Izzy gets it back for the Wolves, up to MC. She dumps that in. Capitals find the puck and chip it out. Capitals into the zone. Blocked by Bellamas. Puck gets to the blue line. Capitals dump it back in. Comes around the corner. Bellamas sends it around the other way. Capitals send it back behind the net to Bellamas. Bella tries to get that to Cole. Capitals in the way. Comes behind the net. Back to his corner. Montaigne ties up. Food gets the puck. Food skates it out of the corner, gets to the hash mark, chips it up center, out of the zone. Capitals get it back in the zone. In the high slot, can't get a shot, loose puck, cleared away by the Wolves. Bellamas ties up in the corner. Puck to the blue line. Capitals keep it in. They send that towards the front. It's deflected into the corner. Food to Montaigne. She's tied up. Food helping out. Back to Montaigne. Back and forth. 2-on-2 battle in the corner. Still battling in the corner. Puck comes behind the net. Capitals pick it up. They try a wrap around. Trevor Sandy kicks out the pad. Slap shot goes wide. Puck back into the corner. A little scrum comes to the blue line. D-to-D pass. Shot. Save by the glove of Layla Barsanti. 11:06 to go in regulation time. 2-0 Capitals. Battle in the corner. Chip the puck up to the hash marks. Nation working at it. Capos keep it in the blue line. Now we get that out. Capos send it back in, cross ice. Judd gets in the corner. Reverses behind the net. Up for Gation. Gation across to Paris. Paris to Perry. Perry into the zone. Perry takes a big cross check. Wow. Most you're going to get for that is 2 minutes. Body contact is the call. Oh, Bella got a boarding call earlier. I forgot. That's the body check. Should have been a cross check. It's 2 minutes either way in both situations. Now the Wolves are on the power play with 10.5 minutes to go in regulation time. Down by 2. Carrington shot deflected wide. Puck comes back to Judd at the blue line. She gets that to Couture. She puts that out front. Capitals send that away. Moore keeps that in at the blue line. And Moore follows that up. Gets that to Ryan Morris in the slot. Her shot is saved. Rebound's loose. Rebound is in the corner now. Cleared out. It comes back for Emma Moore. Emma comes up the side. Gets out to Berkeley. She chips that into the zone. Pressure from Berkeley and Carrington. And now Morris gets the loose puck. Morris over to Judd. She fires a shot. Oh, blocker save. Goalie pulls in the rebound. And the whistle goes. 1:11 to go in the power play. 9:38 to go in regulation. Capitals fire that around the boards. Food races. Gets a piece of it, but it bounces over his stick. Rolling puck comes in the zone. Bella Mask gets it back. Fires that cross ice to Jojo. Jojo into the zone. Shot gets deflected into the corner. Cole follows it up. Gets some support from Montaigne. Comes up to Freud. Her shot on net gets deflected. Bella Mask keeping that in. She's tied up. Jojo helps her out. Jojo and Bella battle. Get that to Izzy. Izzy tied up. It gets body slammed. No call. Capitals pick it back up. Fire it down the ice. Five seconds to go. Power play. Bella Mask to Bella Perry. Perry into the zone. Nice little move. Gets it into the corner. She's tied up. Gets some help from Paris. Puck comes back to the blue line. Emma Moore keeps that in. Fires that towards the net. Deflected by Paris. Rebound from Perry. Cleared away. Judd gets it on net. It's deflected. It's loose. Cleared away by the Capitals. Gation battles in the corner. Gets some help from Paris. Nice battle going on. Puck comes loose, goes behind the net. Perry gets a piece of it. We're going to get a penalty here now. Wow. After all that, we get the penalty. It's not even the right girl. She wasn't on the ice. She wasn't on the ice and she gets a penalty. Wow. I've seen some bad reffing before. All right, another power play for North Simcoe. Kaiser clears that out. Capitals turn, send it back. Morris with some pressure. Simcoe kicks it into the corner. That comes behind the net. Emma Moore finds it. Chips it up. Cutting at the blue line. Ramsey ties up in the corner. Capitals get it back at the hash marks. Emma knocks it away again. Capitals get it behind the net. Pass out front. Can't connect. Now they get a shot that goes wide. Oh my God. The net is off right now and the refs can't see because they're blind. There we go. Oh, 38 seconds to go on the penalty. Get the puck out of the zone. Capitals regroup in the neutral zone. Pressure from Jojo. Sends it back in the zone. Capitals start to break out. Pressure from Jojo. Keeping it down 1. 6 minutes left in regulation. 2-0 Capitals. Re-enter the zone on the power play, get a shot. Barsetti makes the save, rebounds loose. Berkeley chips it away. Penalty expires. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. 5.5 minutes to go in regulation, down by 2. Capitals get it to the blue line, send it behind the net. Crew ties up. Puck comes out in the corner. Jojo and Bella Mask looking at it. Shot from the blue line, tipped in the front, goes into the corner. Frood follows it in. Gets some support from Patura. Whistle goes. Capitals get the hash marks, send it behind the net. Judd gets there, chips that up to Lantagne. Capitals keep it in. Judd to Lantagne, cross ice to Cole. Cole gets the red line, chips it in. Cole and Lantagne battle in the corner. Capitals find it though, set it up. Emma Moore sends it back in. Capitals turn the other way with it. Izzy blocks a pass, all alone inside. Gets a shot. She gets tripped. Penalty comes up. Capitals get 2 minutes for tripping. 4:17 to go in regulation. Or interference is the call. All right. 2 minutes away. Frood at the blue line, gets over to Mass. Back to Rowan. Rowan up to Paris into the zone. Capitals chip it up. Frood keeps it in. Her shot. Glove save. Rebound. Pulled in. minutes left in regulation. Minute 45 in the power play for the Wolves. The Food over to Bellamaster. Shot. Save. Rebound loose. Picked up by the Capitals. They send that down the ice. Food to Massimiliano. Back to Food. Up to Paris. Paris to Perry. Capitals chip it away. Up to Paris, behind the net. Capitals chip it up the boards. Mask keeps it in, but Capitals get it out. So Perry at the blue line, sends it out of the zone. Capitals sent back in. Mask gets it in the corner. Finds Carrington at center ice. Carrington into the zone. Gets a shot through off the goalie's head. She hangs on to it. 21 seconds in that power play. 2.5 in regulation. Out of the zone, Judd to Moore to Patura into the zone. Capitals get it back, D to D, up center. And Judd gets a stick on it. Sends that around to Emma. Emma up into Capital territory. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Patura gets a piece of it behind the net. Ties up in the corner. Takes or hits. Capitals come out with it. Patura though keeps the battle going, gets it in front. Ball comes out off of the Wolves, no icing. Morsey ties up down low. Good little battle on the goal. Puck goes behind the net. Capitals send it to the blue line. Shot blocked by Jojo, kept in by the Capitals. And then sends it up behind the net to Kalen. Kalen sends it up to Jojo. Just out for a reach still. Icing called. Line change in effect. 1:29 to go in regulation. So we'll be back at it again tomorrow for game number 3 versus Leaside. And then after that, be quarterfinals later in the evening. So next game tomorrow, 1:30. Could start early as 1:10. Still got a minute to go in this game. Could be a major comeback in the works as Izzy Montang heads down the ice. She gains the red line, dumps it in. 1 minute left in regulation time. Puck gets to the blue line. Frood gets it into the corner. Capitals try to get it out. Bellamass sends it back in. Jojo battles. And we get that down there to Izzy. Izzy sends that behind the net. MC gets a piece of it. Capitals send it up center, but Jojo knocks that down. Fires that in front. Capitals find this puck and head up center. Capitals into the zone. Knocked away by Judd, but gets some help to get in. And glove save from Layla Basanti. .22 seconds to go in regulation. 2-0 Capitals. So Capitals will have 2 wins today. Wolves will have 1. And I wonder what happened with Leaside and Clarington who won that game. So we'll be playing the Leaside tomorrow. Looking for a win. to get good positioning. Jed comes in, gets a shot off the crossbar. Edge. Now puck comes out, 3 seconds on the board. Shot fired, glove save. And that's the game. Thanks for tuning in. See you tomorrow afternoon.